Hello and welcome to another presentation from easyLog. This video is about our HomeCare Studio software, which provides a total solution for any provider involved in the domiciliary care and supported living sectors. It has an enormous range of functionality and meets all the needs of these providers, from general administration through to finance, invoicing, the provision of care and recording of care, and rota management. Obviously, with that breadth of product, this video can do little justice to showing you the functionality that the software has. So all my aim is to give you a very brief overview of the various sectors involved in the system. So let's start with the rota. And the example I've selected shows you a typical domiciliary care provider who's providing services, as you can see here, to the community in the Hounslow area, and also has supported living properties. I've just got an example here with two on, which you can see here is 22 Young Street and 25 Young Street. So some things to notice. As you can see, the system copes with sleep-ins and overnight stays. You can also see here this indented shift. This shows that somebody's actually on duty in Young Street, but also during the course of the last 2 hours of their shift, which is 8 to 4, between 2 and 4, they've actually gone across to another property, to 25 Young Street. It'll provide a specific visit to Jane Jones. Perhaps already you can start to see some of the flexibility in the system. Likewise, you can also see the colouring on the rota as well, which really helps to identify where somebody is at any time. So again, you can see here for the employee Joanne that she has a visit in the Harlow Community Services sector before her actual shift in 22 Young Street. Clearly, staff can be paid at different rates for attending various properties, which obviously may reflect their training or the needs of the service users within those particular properties. And also they can be paid different rates for working in the community in terms of domiciliary hours and also in the supported living sector. The rota will also record holidays and attend to sickness management and pull that all together in various reports held within the system. So let's have a look at how some of those elements of the rota are pulled together. Let's go to the service user section, which is where the details of the various service users are actually entered. All I want to do is quickly flick down to the contracted task section, where if we have a look at Kathleen Brooks here, we can see this is where a visit record is actually identified and entered onto the system. That then creates a demand on the rota for staff to attend to that particular visit. So you can see this visit record is for a morning call. That's to be done every day of the week, as you see, Monday through to Sunday is ticked, and that's to provide Catherine with her meds during that half-hour visit between 11 and 11:30. As I mentioned, that creates a demand on the rota for one carer. Obviously, a visit can be attended by multiple carers if there's a hoist involved, etc. It also determines which job function that the person needs to be working in to attend to that visit, and also the rate that's going to be charged. The software will then identify this demand and show that to the person that's running the rota in a very simple table. Okay, let's move on and look at some of the care aspects as well that are held within the software. So we go to the care section and let's look at care plans. Okay, so let's take a look at a care plan. Simply double click on it, and then the screen shows you two tabs. The first of which is the reviews that have happened about the care plan. As you can see here, it's a simple text format. And the other is the care plan content itself, which is entirely defined by yourself. So this one contains multiple sections, as you see, concerned with well-being, eating, drinking, and we can scroll down further from that to look at the needs, the outcomes, and the suggested carer interventions. Notice as well the review period is usually definable. This one's set to 2 months, but that can be whatever period you choose. And also at the bottom here we have access to a body map section to record any particular incidents that have occurred, and also care tasks, which are really prompts for the carer to concentrate and focus on particular aspects of care for the service user. We can also then look back at the last reviews of the care plan as well. Okay, let's move on then. Let's cancel out of that and say we want to cancel review, yes, and take a look at a risk assessment. So we're going to that particular section. We've selected here Gladys, for example, and we can see that she has an assessment to do with medication. So here we can see the consequence, probability, the decision and the control methods put in place. We can also then do a review of the score. Now the system comes with lots of suggested examples of care plan structures and things like risk assessments and health assessments, but you actually have the facilities within the software to be able to modify to your own desire and change these perhaps to the structures that you currently have. So you can see here this is simply divided into 3 or 4 tabs here, so we can look at the service user. It's also traffic light color coded as well, so we can select from here yes or no as appropriate. As you can see, there's a comment section to add further information against us why we selected the particular option that we did, and another section here to do with carers and how they should carry on with the medication and administration of the medication. Notice as well again at the bottom that access to the facilities you saw in the care plan are actually also provided here as well. So there's a lovely flow of information and access to that information allowed within the software, irrespective of whichever section that you are actually in at any time. So again, let's cancel out of this. Say we wish to cancel review, yes. Okay, let's bring this presentation to a close by summarizing on the main functional sections within the HomeCare Studio software. As I mentioned at the outset, there's no way that a video of this brevity can do justice to the range of functionality held within the software. Suffice to say that it contains everything that the provider of home care services and supported living services will need in operating their business. That means everything from recording service user and carer records and monitoring their training, the financial details, paying the carers, invoicing the service users and their funder, and obviously holding care records, health assessments and risk assessments, through to monitoring the rota and making sure that every visit demand is satisfied. So thank you for watching. Please call us on 01892 834406 or view our website for further information. That's easylog.co.uk. Thanks.